And new at 10, a Lakewood woman becomes the victim of a stalker, getting lewd texts from someone she didn't know.
And then when police called her to say that she wasn't the only one, she was afraid for her life. And yet, Call 7 investigator John Ferrugia is learning for days she could not get critical information from police to protect herself.
That's right, Mike. A laundry company contractor came to Shayna Wilson's apartment to install a washer and dryer. It was a company recommended by the apartment management. Well, last week, police told her the lewd photos that were being sent to her phone were likely from that installer.
I left the written permission and he showed up to install the unit.
She assumed he would be escorted to her apartment, but
he provided his driver's license and they gave him a key to the apartment and they allowed him to walk out of the office. And I have no idea how long he was here.
Shortly afterward, she began getting strange messages.
He was sending inappropriate pictures, lewd pictures, and
of himself?
Yes, and text messages that were very weird.
So she erased them and blocked his number. Then, April 23rd, she was contacted by a Lakewood police detective.
She informed me that they had found my contact information in his cell phone. She said that the manner in which he had been contacting me was similar to the way he had been contacting other victims that they had already identified. She said that they had tied the defendant to working for this select laundry company.
Over the next several days, Shayna says she tried unsuccessfully to get information about this alleged stalker, who had texted her by name and knew where she lived.
I don't know what this person looks like. I don't know his name. I have no idea who this person is, so he could be anybody that I encounter on a regular basis, and I wouldn't know.
She says she was instructed to call the records department of the Lakewood Police Department to obtain a police report, but was told there it would be 3 to 5 days before she could get it, and she couldn't get a photo. Making matters worse, the alleged stalker had bonded out. He was back on the street.
I have no way to protect myself from this person.
The detective had given her the procedures for getting a copy of this report and assumed she had done that. And we were none the wiser that she never did obtain a copy of the report until truly you were calling me.
Lakewood Police Sergeant Michelle Wagner says procedures are in place to help victims, but this was a case of not communicating.
When she calls records, they tell her you can have it in 3 to 5 days.
Right.
Shouldn't have happened.
It shouldn't have, because that's the standard response. She should have been told, absolutely, we'll get you a copy of the report right away. You know, you're a victim, so there's no charge.
As for the mugshot, so she could identify the alleged stalker, police aren't releasing it publicly because they are hoping others can pick the man out of a lineup. But in Shayna's case, police now agree she needs to know what he looks like.
Ultimately, we want to give her what she needs to feel comfortable, to feel safe. We can always work on communication, and that's the takeaway for us is, you know, make sure that we're communicating with these victims. I mean, we truly want to bend over backward for them, and we will.
Shayna has now got that report and a photo, and we've learned there are at least 4 other victims, and there could be more because the owner of the laundry company confirms that the suspect was an independent contractor who has completed as many as 1,000 service calls. Now, the majority were in apartment complexes where the owners weren't home. Because other potential victims are being contacted right now and police are doing lineups, we've agreed not to identify the suspect, but a background check shows that he has no previous criminal record. In the newsroom, I'm John Ferrugia, 7 News.
John, thanks very much. If you have a story for the Call 7 investigators or you see breaking news happening, tell us. It's simple. Use your phone or tablet. Just click on Tell 7 News from the app menu.